Hello class, welcome to week 2. I know today we had a lot of tech issues with Canvas. The whole system was down. I think maybe we could only see our emails. We couldn't really open Canvas. It was for everybody. It was for teachers, staff, instructors, professors. So I also was getting a couple emails with everybody. I don't know if you were not refreshing, but if I'm going to show you right now how I have everything organized. I did send out an email. It's very, very important that you join the Wayground Quizzes program platform. That is where we're going to be taking all our quizzes. This morning I checked and only 19 of you had joined it. That means 30 of you got a 0 on quiz number 1 for the course policies and syllabus. If I need to reopen it, I will, but we need to make sure you join. That's where all my quizzes are going to be posted, sometimes even some assignments, because I can grade it faster and the feedback is given to you immediately as well. So another thing, you need to look at my announcements. You need to watch the videos. Video number 1 that I did for week 1, it was about 19 minutes. A lot of the questions and emails people were sending were answered there. So please make sure you are keeping up with the class. Today we will review Unit 4, Writing the Argument Essay. You are going to read the short story Only Daughter by Sandra Cisneros. It is in Unit 4 and also on the very top module unit labeled Course Materials and Reading Selections. Then after you read, you're going to go ahead and do discussion post number 2. Understanding Rose and the Family through Sandra Cisneros. Only Daughter, that one is going to be due tomorrow. It's a very short pre-reading discussion post, so you actually don't even have to read the story to do that one. It's before you read it. And then the reading response, you do have to read the story and then you do the reading response. But for discussion post, right now I'll show it to you, it really truly only is like a pre-reading post. This week you also have the subject verbs, irregular verb, subject verb agreement quiz, and it's due on the 24th. Again, that is through the platform Quizzes, which is now Wayground. The signature assignment 1 outline is going to be due for the essay, and the sentence types assignment will be due on the 25th. So you have a discussion post due this week, a reading response assignment due, a verb agreement quiz, the outline, and then an assignment. The assignment is very short. I believe it's about 10 questions. The quiz is multiple choice. The outline truly is going to be more detailed than most of the assignments, but everything else is very doable. I made sure that the deadlines that we have are very accessible, and if you are working, and again, the story Only Daughter is a very short story. It's a 2-page story. I chose it specifically to make sure that you wouldn't be stressing out about reading maybe a 10, 20-page story. Okay, so I'm going to go into our modules. So if you go to modules, you will see course materials and reading selections. I have a biography video on Sandra Cisneros, and then here's the selection. I have Edgar Allan Poe biography video, and this link is where all the stories are. I have a video on Gary Soto. Here's the jacket by Gary Soto. Okay, here's the story by Sandra Cisneros. It's in a PDF, right? And it is also posted under module unit 4. Now you're like, why are we not in unit 1? Remember that our syllabus got updated by the college. It used to be 4 essays plus the final exam. Now we're doing 3 essays and the final exam. So one of those units was the other essay. So unit 1 used to be the narrative essay. Now I just left the writing process information. Real quick before I move on, I know somebody had sent an email about due dates. Please only do the assignments or materials that have a due date. If they don't have a due date, please don't complete yet. Some of them don't have it because I'm putting it week by week, those, because I might add one, I might take one out. Let's say we do one that I don't have a due date for, and let's say I was like, oh, I was going to modify it, or maybe I was going to remove it, but somebody answers it, the whole class has to answer it. So please only make sure to do what has due dates, and I have it like that for a specific reason, okay? So looking for the story Sandra Cisneros' only daughter. Again, the materials are here, right on the top. Also make sure that you see the little green check marks. That means everything's published. I don't know if that was an issue that people were having, but I'm seeing here, I'm triple checking, everything is published, everything has the little green check mark, okay? So we're gonna go to Unit 4, and Unit 4 is writing the argument essay, okay? I do have other information and notes here for you. Here's the MLA notes, the worksheets provided by the college. This is the ICE format that I mentioned in video 1, right? When you are writing your essay, this is the strategy that Laredo College uses. It's posted there. This is kind of basically what the outlines look like. If you're like, what does the ICE stand for? Introduce yourself, point, cite, and explain. And this is what it is. So this is what it would look like. You would introduce your topic, right? You would cite, get a quote to back up what you're saying, and then you would explain it. That is the ICE strategy that the college uses. So now back to Unit 4. Okay, so Unit 4, writing the argument essay. And right here on the bottom, right, in Unit 4, here's a student paper sample of an argument essay. That one was provided by the college. You're welcome to look at those. I'm also going to be providing my own samples. I think I actually might have already posted it. Let me see. Okay, so this is what you're going to be doing for signature assignment essay 1. Remember, it's an argumentative essay. It's worth 20%. You're going to write an argumentative essay in which you take a clear stance on the following question. Which has a greater influence on Cisneros' identity and life choices? Her gender as the only daughter or her Mexican-American cultural upbringing? Support your argument with evidence from the text, an analysis that explains how the details prove your claim. Your essay must be 2 to 3 pages in length. So if you have 2 complete pages, then that means page number 3 would be the works cited. Okay, so that is the essay that you're writing. Which had a greater influence on Cisneros' identity and life choices? Her gender as the only daughter in her family, right? She was the only daughter in her family, with the rest being brothers. Or was it her Mexican-American cultural upbringing? Again, this is based on the autobiographical short story by Sandra Cisneros. She's reflecting on growing up as the only daughter in a Mexican-American family of 7 children. Her father's expectations and cultural background deeply influenced her pursuit of education and writing. So that's going to be the essay. It's a 2-page essay. Here's all the other information from the college. The outline is what's going to be due. I put it here, October 25th. So October 25th, we're looking at this Saturday, okay? Your outline does not have to be perfect. Your outline, you're just getting your ideas. So right here, opening hook. How would you introduce this essay topic? How would you introduce it? With a question, a quote, a definition, then give me some background information. Who's the author of the story? Sandra Cisneros. What's the name of the short story? Only daughter. What issue is she discussing in that short story? Then it would be your thesis statement, right? What is the claim? Are you saying that her gender being the only daughter in a Mexican-American family, did that influence her more than her actual cultural identity? So you're gonna choose either or. So if I say her Mexican American cultural identity influenced Sandra Cisneros more, my counter argument would be the other side. So it would be being the only daughter, so her gender as a woman in this Mexican American family would be the counter argument. So that is what makes it a higher level argumentative essay. You're not only just giving your opinion, your second paragraph would be the counter argument. You're acknowledging the other side, you're acknowledging the opposition paragraph. The outline again does not have to be perfect. It can be one sentence per bullet point. Right here, body paragraph number 1. So you would talk about the first reason, then you would provide a quote. You're going to explain the quote, you're going to use another source, and you follow the I strategy. So the outline is very, very self-explanatory. Try to make it very simple for you to follow along. Again, please don't stress on the outline. The outline is more of brainstorming. However, it is a requirement from the college. So please make sure to submit the outline. Here are my instructions. I'm highlighting all of my instructions. That way you are able to see it faster. Sometimes the way the college has things on the assignment post, it has a lot of links and stuff like that. So I try to make sure that I just highlight it for you. So I'm highlighting most of my instructions in yellow or red. Copy and paste the outline into Google Doc and then complete it. Once completed, upload your outline as a Microsoft document. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to show you. You're going to highlight, right? And then copy it. Then you're going to open up a Google Doc. I mentioned this also in week 1 video. Google Docs are lifesavers. You don't really have to save. If I just stop working on the Google Doc and then close my laptop by accident or my laptop dies, Google Doc will automatically save everything, okay? So here would be my outline, and then I would just literally fill in the blanks, right? I would take this off, I would put my hook, I would write my hook here, and then provide background information. So right here I would write about Sandra Cisneros. Why? Because she is the author of the story, right? And then it would be my sentence, and then so on and so forth. How do you download your Google Doc to a Microsoft Word? So let's say this is the outline, signature, assignment 1 outline, right? You're like, I don't have Microsoft Word. Yes, we all have Microsoft Word through the college. So you're going to go to File, Download, Microsoft Word. And then you will have it here on your file, and there it is. I downloaded my Google Doc into Microsoft Word. Once I complete my my outline, once I complete my outline, that's what I would submit. So let me show you how you would submit. I would go to my outline, and let me see if I can do student view. Here it is, view as student. Okay, let me see. I would go to start assignment. I know that this outline is due this Saturday before 11:59. It's 100 points. I need to do a file upload. I only have 1 attempt. Okay, you cannot do multiples. You're gonna click start assignment, choose a file to upload. Let's say your file, you downloaded it, it's right here, and then I would upload that file, okay? I also wanna show you for the final draft. A lot of people send emails. Professor, I don't know, I can't find it. I can't open the file. Let me show you what the final draft is gonna look like, right? So if I go, and then remember the draft would be here. So the outline is due October 25. The draft 1 page will be due October 28. Right? So for the draft, I just do a file upload. Here's my rubric. But for my final draft, which I'm gonna find under the, let me see if okay, yours looks a little bit different when I do student mode. It should be right here. It's SA1 signature, that means signature assignment 1, argumentative essay, final draft. So I highlighted the instructions. Submit your final draft to Turnitin, upload it as a Microsoft document. Here's the rubric on how I'm grading you. And here is where you're gonna submit Turnitin. This little tab. I always get so many emails, Professor, I don't know where to upload it. Professor, the start assignment's not coming out. The final drafts have to be submitted through Turnitin. I'll double check. Oh, it's not gonna let me show it to you because I am not a student. So let me go get off student mode. Let me do live stream view. That way you can see what I see, or I guess yes. So when I'm ready to submit my 2 pages plus the works cited, I go here. It says this tool needs to be loaded in a new browser. I click load SA1 argumentative final draft. I click on it. It's gonna open up, Turnitin for you, right? And then you would submit the assignment. The final draft has to be submitted through Turnitin as per the college, okay? So it will do the Turnitin report and all of that, and I can see everything, your citations. So please make sure anything that you use that's not your words, even if you're paraphrasing, you must give credit to all of your sources, okay? And that is where you would be submitting it and turn it in, okay? So it's very, very important to always look at my announcements. Tomorrow I probably will post another announcement. I do try to post daily announcements. That was before we had our Canvas went down and all the tech issues today. But I will post daily, if not every other day. I will be posting a video on argumentative writing so you can see what I'm looking for. And I will read my example of my essay. I thought I had posted it, so let me see. I want to say I did. Let me double check. Let me see. That's a PDF. Okay, it looks like I haven't posted that, my sample of what I'm looking for, but I will go ahead and do that tomorrow. I will post it under Unit 4, and then I will also post it in the announcements. So if you looked at announcement from October 16, I went over what you were completing there. If you looked at the announcement for October 15, I went over what you had to do. That's where you join the quizzes, Way Grand Classroom. And you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to send this link to everybody again, right? That way everybody has access to it, because I really don't want everybody getting zeros for that. So again, it's very important that you do look at my announcements, you watch these videos, always send an email to me. That way, if I don't answer within, it's 24 to 48 hours, I do try to answer it as fast as I can. I think in my syllabus, I also put both of my emails. If you really need to reach me, email me to both. But I'm constantly checking that, okay? I will see you tomorrow. I will be posting another video tomorrow. If you still have more questions, you are feel free to send me an inbox, send me an email, comment on, I think you can comment on the announcements if you are able to. Go ahead and do that. In the discussions, whatever you need to ask, go ahead and ask it. Just make sure that you are meeting the deadlines. Again, we are 49 in this class, and only about 19 people had joined the quizzes Wayground platform where we're taking our quizzes. So that is literally like urgency, urgency, urgency. Join that platform. That is where I give my quizzes. I more than likely will also use No Red Ink. Okay, so as I'm posting the announcements, if I say join this, make sure you join it. Everything is free. It doesn't charge you any membership. Everything, as long as you register with your any email, preferably your Laredo College email, because that way you have direct access to everything. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Okay, bye.